Hi there, name's Herman Bullet Punch. Nice to meet you. A lot of people say that budget lenses are to be avoided because they look cheap and used, much like a dollar store hooker would on a Saturday evening. I found the most budget hobo prime lens you could ever muster up. They painted a Canon L-ring replica. They're like, it's good, trust me. This feels like it was made out of Legos, filed down with a Barbie nail file, and all the innards removed. There's no glass in here, guaranteed. Still, there could be potential to it. I zoomed in for dramatic effect. I'll leave.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Sony a7S III with the Tamron 17-28 at 28 right now. 17, 18? Because this is the 18 2.8 prime by Samyang. First impression, we'll compare it. Is this worse than the Tamron? Because I figure, like, why get this thing when I have that already? I have an 18mm 2.8 in there right now. Obviously, this is much lighter because there's no glass elements in it. Tamron themselves are kind of a budget company, but they make really good lenses, so this is one of them. It's a fantastic lens. Is this worse? And then we will compare it to the Fuji 12mm 22. Very equivalent. Huh? Oh, both Samyangs. And outside, don't search. The 20mm 1.8 is your vlogging lens. That's the best thing ever. This will be lighter, but how much worse? We will find out. So initial impressions of this thing, honestly, the first thing I thought was I can't believe how cheap it feels. I wasn't expecting that. It is very cheap though. I got this thing for like $277 Canadian on the Amazon warehouse. I had to pounce on it. I had to pounce on that thing. Usually it's like $450, almost half price. This lens hood, pure and utter plastic. The focus throw is smooth. It feels cheap and plasticky, but you could get something in focus, I imagine. Not bad. So, like, who cares? It's cheap. Once it's on there, the only thing that matters, does it look good? Does it autofocus right? We will find out. Let's switch to it right now. Pay attention. In fact, to my right is a budget-minded hobo who has given up in life. He buys Kraft Dinner for lunch, even though it's a dinner-based system that they invented. I don't hear any construction sounds in the background. It's not distracting me personally. Who looks better? The Samyang 18 Loser Prime? Or a Zoom? Can a Zoom beat a Prime? That is pathetic. That is pathetic. I'll leave. So we're on it. We are on it. The Samyang 18mm 2.8. Did things get wider? Switch back to the Tamron. Huh? Did I get the 18mm right? And then switch? Are we good? We good on that? What about the beginning when I was at 17mm? Switch to that. Oh wow. Oh wow, look at us. Is this wider? That's a pain in the ass to edit. I have to go back and cut shit on the timeline. That's bullshit. Cut this part out. You know what I've noticed? I've been comparing some of my older videos, looking back. You need full frame to get that 3D pop. You need it. I've seen it. You can replicate the toniature. It'll never be the same. You need full frame. Even the Fuji doesn't have it. It's not. Side by side, you go to a Sony, it's like, oh my god. Wow, you can't do it on a Canon because you're line skippy bullshit. Too many YouTube hobos are using that Canon RP. I can spot it immediately. I was like, oh god, what is that? Why? You're a professional here. Canon RP shooters have no dignity, nor can they smell themselves. They're in a room with people. They don't realize it's them that smells bad, and they should leave. They just have they don't have that sense. We'll test outside what the autofocus is like, because if this loses me once, Sony never loses me outside. You could turn, twirl, doesn't matter. Fuji, you look one direction wrong, you're out. Let's compare. Can you see the difference immediately? One is a Fuji, one's a full frame. Do you see the 3D pop? We probably can't get it on the oh no, I pointed it. Oh god. Oh jeez. Sony is on your left. Fuji on your right. Oh god, there was only two options. How did I get confused? What I don't understand, I thought the wider the focal length, the further away the background gets. And then you zoom into telephoto and it shrinks like it's coming right towards you. Yet the Sony looks like it's further away to me right now. Does it? But that's like a 12 mil. Compression-wise, I don't understand compression. Help. Peter Gregg, why won't you help? Punching in is one sharper. Obviously the Sony's going to be sharper. It has better 1080p, so it doesn't even matter what lens you're using, but here's this comparison and who's winning the Eterna versus S-Cinetone battle right now. Wow. All right, let's go outside. We'll put on this case clip-in ND filter. Start off with the 20 mil to show you glory, and then switch to the Sammy and see if our lives got worse. Is it worth the weight savings? Will this go back to Amazon and my account be destroyed forever? Been enjoying that Samyang footage so far? I know I did when I just reviewed it. Oh boy. So I realized Samyang has a superpower. They have the ability to turn your A7S III into a line skippy Canon RP. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe the footage. We're on the 20 mil right now. Don't even pretend that the 18 will look this good. I could have put a Black Pro Mist filter on. I withheld it. I can't believe it. Putting it side by side with the Fuji, I was like, did I get them backwards? What the hell is happening right now? Fuji is never sharper than Sony in 1080p. Get real with yourself. Oh, the colors of the Fuji. Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Flat Earth Santa. That one will never die. I think the Fuji will kill any camera for the next 15 years. So drink it in, this is the vlogging lens. Nothing has changed. We'll get to the baddest. We'll get to you. Let's switch to the Samyang. Unfortunately, it is in my pocket. Feels like a lump, like a cancerous lump in my colon. Let's switch. I'm disgusted. Is it better somehow? I don't know, maybe something happened. I don't know what would have happened. The lighting is terrible there, admittedly. My light is designed to be pushed against that wall, sitting this way, and now I'm sitting this way with the light just at my side and a tiny little light on top of the camera pointing against that wall. I suck at my life. So we're on the Sammy Boy. Active Stab on. How's that doing it? Usually I walk slow with any camera now. Just do this. And pretty much all your stabilization issues go away. All the Panasonic warpy shit stops when you just do this. You pick it up a notch, however, things aren't so good. And then Sony's no good, Panasonic's leading the industry, but they got warpy shit. How's that doing? That's loud, dusty trucks. There's dust. I'll die. We're in S-Log 3, by the way, maybe airy colors this time with the Cinematch program of life. I like it. It's pleasing. So there's a YouTuber Hobo down below in my comment section. He lives there under a cave, drinks puddle water. He keeps asking me to compare the Batis 18mm 2.8 to this. Listen, buddy, why would I ever have them both? Who would ever buy them both? Oh, I think I need two 18 mils. Have you heard from Camera Canada lately? Where are they? What the hell happened? I must have said something to anger them. But let me answer your question. Which lens would I get? The Sony 20mm. There it is. It's cheaper than the Batis. Better than both, most likely. The Batis, it's an interesting one. I almost pounced. I was looking up reviews. My man, the Everything Man, I saw his video on it and I was like, it's too distorted looking. It's weird. Just a little side tangent. Everything Man, that guy's making like movies now. Each YouTube video he does now looks like a movie. Fantastic. It's cinematic in the real way. There's like credits, weird transitions that not like a GoPro, like, oh. That was, wow. But now that I've seen the Samyang, even though the Batis is like 15 times the price and a little heavier, you can't get this thing. You can't do it. I don't care what kind of YouTube hobo scrub show you think you have. Somebody important is going to see it one day. Maybe your grandparents. They're going to stumble upon it while looking for pickled radish recipes. And they're going to see the footage and like, what is that? They're used to 480p TV. Hey, squirrel. and your show looks worse to them. They complain. That's bad. Let's do a little autofocus test, see if this thing is keeping up with me, because I think there's firmware updates for it, but then you have to buy a separate hub. That's bullshit. Learn from Viltrox. They have a little USB plug in the back. It's so simple. You just plug it in, download, extract. You know what I mean? Let's do it. For this next scene, I set up a composition in a wooded area, but I have a street post right in the middle of the frame to signify that mankind has ruined nature. I paid a truck to come ruin my life. So final thoughts on this thing, and Samyang in general. I don't mind the 12mm Tony 2 on the Fuji. It's a decent lens. I wish it had autofocus, but not like it would perform well anyway. It's decent, but every Samyang lens I've tried for Sony, gross. I don't like it. It feels cheap. It looks worse than it feels. The autofocus might be working. I don't even care. I don't even care. This thing's going back so fast. Oh, little Fuji. You'd never let a Samyang turn you into a Canon RP. You never would. You'd stand your ground. You'd say, no, I won't. I won't compromise my image quality. Fuji, how do you do it? I was actually worried because I'm thinking of returning the Fuji 16mm. I don't love the focal length, but I think I've returned too much. And Amazon's gonna be like, you're done. You're done here, buddy. Once they start losing money on you. But I do keep a lot of things, so I shouldn't be in that gray zone yet, in the friend zone. But hopefully, I don't know, this thing's going back for sure. I just bought a little cam link to do some live streaming. I might test it out soon on here. Pay attention to that. I will not schedule it. I'll just appear out of the mist, and it will happen. Wow. Okay, we're in 4K now. I have to see for myself because it looked somewhat respectable outside in better light. So we got some lighting here. Some people use it in some movies. Are we good? Samyang in 4K. It looks so bad. I think it does look bad. But maybe it was user error somehow? I don't know. What the hell? From what I've seen, for a vlogging lens, so light and cheap, okay. For the budget hobo, less than 2,000 subs max, you're okay. The autofocus isn't quite as confident as a Sony lens, but you could do worse. You could do better. Just go home. So what do you think? How did it perform today? Is the autofocus ever losing me in a vlog situation? I'm not even gonna look at you. I'm disgusted by you. It's disgusting. Something about these ultra wides. They're not fun anymore. Unless it's super ultra wide. It's gotta be a 14mm, but light. It could happen. So, thank you for watching and posting your comments down below about how great this thing is, and you'll buy it through my affiliate links. Or a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for my channel.